Oh. Hello, titties. I look like feces. My altar is a disgusting mess. I just cleaned it, but it's like cluttered. I don't think the spirits are going to be too happy about it being cluttered. You know what I mean? Oh. I do have a little something something going on over here, but that's just one of them money things. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thought I'd do a video. Something fun. It's Sunday fun day. I have to take my car in tomorrow. The air conditioning hasn't worked all summer. I thought I could just get away with it because I always drive with the windows down, and apparently my friends don't like the windows down because the wind blows in their face. What's wrong with that? Like, we're doing 110 in an 80 zone, and y'all are like, the wind is blowing in my face. You should be more concerned with the fact that I'm doing 110 in an 80 zone. See, with my altar, my spirits never demand it be set up a certain way. I understand that in some traditions like Wicca or Wicca. I don't know any other tradition that forces this. The altar has to be set up a certain way. Your incense go in a specific spot. Your athame and your pentagram, your cup and your chalice and your god and goddess candle. I used to be able to set up a Wiccan altar. I used to be able to set it up blindfolded. Of course, this was textbook Wiccan altar. This wasn't like any specific brand of Wicca. So I want to talk about spirits. I was going to put this as part of my live chat, but I don't know. I just felt like it should be its own separate video. And so, spirits. What is a spirit? Basically anything, really. It could be the spirits of the land, so entities who cultivate and take care of the land. It could be fae. It could be the dead. It could be a deity. It could be a saint. It could be a demon. It could be anything, really, that coincides or comes in and out of our plane of existence. The first thing you have to understand is that we are spirits having a human existence. Now, some people might say, well, no, we're spirits having a human existence. I don't really care how you want to say it. The point is that we're spirits. We're spiritual energy. That's why we're able to connect to the dead, to, I don't know, Hecate, to Mother Mary, to whatever. So somebody asked me the other day in a comment, I can't find, I don't remember what the exact specific comment was, but I want to work with Mother Mary and I can't find what she likes. I actually see a lot of these, not on my channel, but in social media, in hoodoo groups, in voodoo groups. I'm not really a part of any groups. Like, there's maybe two. There's like an American hoodoo and some voodoo group that I'm a part of, but I don't post anything really ever at all because I don't care. I just like to see what people are doing, and sometimes I laugh at them and sometimes I don't. But I don't like laugh at them in the comments. That's just mean. Don't do that. Don't laugh at somebody in the comments. That's just mean. I'm not a voodoo practitioner by any means at all. I'm a folk magician. That's what I classify myself as. I don't like the term Catholic witch. I don't like the term Christian witch. I don't like the term like being labeled like those. I'm a folk magician. My magic is very simple these days. It's not actually complicated. The ritual that you guys saw on Friday is probably as complicated as it gets, and I wasn't even here for most of that. I went to the spirit plane in order to communicate with a spirit guide to get some better understanding on some personal issues that I've been dealing with. And so I was gone for most of that video. Like, you people were just watching me just sitting there just like completely still, but like I was sitting in a temple around a fire chatting with this spirit. Like, I was not here at all. I had to burn peppermint to come back It was very difficult to come back. I was very exhausted. I was very tired afterwards. That's why I don't do a lot of big rituals anymore, is because I get very, very tired and very exhausted, and it takes me days to recover. Like, even today, I was, like, so exhausted, and I didn't want to get out of bed, but I was like, I need to go to the mountains, and I need to, like, refresh and, like, recharge my batteries. Just, like, playing around with tarot cards, because that's what I do. So anyways, so they wanted to know, like, I see a lot of this, where people are like, what do I give this particular saint, or this particular deity, or this particular spirit, or this particular whatever? And my first suggestion is to just try and, like, meditate and reach out. Okay, just meditate and reach out. And you might not be successful of contacting them on the first try. That doesn't mean you should give up. I'd say after, like, the second or third time, if that spirit hasn't reached out to you, or hasn't, like, come to you in your dreams, or, like, given you a vision or something, then I personally would take that as a sign that that spirit at that particular time doesn't want to work with you. Which I find hilarious, because a lot of times people will be like, well, I'm going to use Hecate as, like, the most common example, okay? Because everybody loves Hecate, everybody. Some people will say, oh, you know, I can't reach out to Hecate, or she won't talk to me, or what offering should I give her, or is this the right altar setup for her? Before you do anything, before you set up any altar, before you give any offering, before you, I don't know, masturbate into a mirror, reach out and talk to, I don't really know why you'd be doing that last one. But anyways, reach out and just try to suss out and feel the energies of that spirit to see if they want to talk to you. Last night, I decided to reach out to Klepoth. I think I said that wrong. It's a demon who specializes in visions. And I had the most surreal, most weird dream. There's a particular person on YouTube that I don't like, who's on this side of the fence. Manipulative, horrible, horrible person. And I was choking her to death. I was literally choking her to death. And I woke up feeling like I had just choked somebody to death. And it was the most terrifying thing in the entire world. I don't want to harm said person, and I don't want harm, like that kind of harm, to come to said person, but it was such a weird, very vivid dream, and there was a presence in my room, like not a dark, evil presence, but just there was a presence in my room, and I was like, oh shit, he has made his presence. So, and I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, so I had to get up and have a conversation with this particular entity. So the first thing to do, in my opinion, is to meditate and reach out. If they have a sigil, hello demons, then focus on that and, you know, say their name. If they don't have a conjuration, bring them into your space, you know, raise or lower your vibrations depending on what type of entity you're trying to bring in. But also be mindful that these entities are going to show up and they're going to be like, what do you want? Like, they're not going to be mean. Well, some of them will be. Some of them are dicks. But they're not going to be completely assholes. Like, I can't imagine Hecate showing up and being like, what the fuck do you want? Like, she's going to show up with dogs. She's going to show up with black dogs, and you're going to hear them. You're going to hear black dogs. And if you don't have a shit ton of candles burning while you're invoking her or evoking, I don't really know. I'm stupid when it comes to terms, okay? I mean, I read a lot of books, whether they're grimoires or they're like actual books you can find at Chapters, Hello Wicca, or whatever, but I never understand the difference between invoking and evoking. I'm blonde and pretty, not smart, okay? But, so, like, she's gonna show up with black dogs, and she's also, that's a depressing draw, she's also going to show up with a torch in her hand. This is what every book and every online thing that I've ever found, including watching some of Ravenway's videos, have stated that she's going to show up as. Now, it's going to be different for everybody, because everybody's relationship with Hecate is different, okay? So, like, This is not the gospel. They have a saint's altar, and they don't want food or drink put on their altar. They don't want food or drink because they just don't. Like, I've offered Mary bread and wine, and she doesn't want it. Like, she has shattered a wine glass to tell me that she does not want it. Patron St. Matthew, I tried the honey on a bun thing. Yeah, we're gonna call that a bunny now. And it started rotting within a couple of days. Like, and I don't mean like, oh, you're getting insects because you have honey on bread and it's left out. I mean, like, there was mold growing. It was nasty. And I don't live in a humid place where food can start rotting if left out in like 48 hours. I don't know what kind of place where that would ever happen, but, you know, like, these saints for me don't want food offerings, which is interesting. And their candles, they want plain white ones. Mary likes the ones from the dollar store where they have the symbol of Mary on them. And Patron St. Matthew is fine with a glass white pillar candle with his prayer card essentially taped onto it. Like, it's simple. Like, a lot of the things are simple. Some of the spirits I work with, like the ones that I was visiting with the other night, they wanted this incense mixture, which I can't remember exactly what's in it, but there's different types of herbs, and there's dark copal, and there's dragon's blood, and there's osha root, and a few other things in here, and they were fine with that. Like, offerings don't need to be complicated. Like, I don't know how to describe my craft. I really don't. So I hope that kind of answers the question of, like, I'm working with a spirit and I don't know what to offer it. Just meditate, reach out, try and see if it'll come to you in your dreams, try and see if it will communicate with you via incense smoke or candle flame or something like that. Now, I did say at the beginning of this that this video was going to be kind of controversial, and I thought saying that I was in a dream choking some bitch out was controversial, but it gets even better. So here's something that Run Rabbit said that I highly agree with, and I know that some of you won't, but whatever. If you have no connection with spirit at all, again, you can define whatever spirit is. It can be spirits of the land, it can be a deity, it can be ancestors, it can be whatever you define spirit as. If you have zero connection with spirit, this is not your path. The craft is not for you. I'm sorry, but I don't think you're a witch or meant to be a witch. And the reason I say that is because witches work with spirits. We work with all kinds of spirits. It doesn't matter what it is. We might be working with our ancestors. I personally don't work with my ancestors because I don't know who my ancestors are, like a lot of them, and most of my family is still alive, and I don't have pictures of dead people to be putting up somewhere, and I just find an ancestor altar creepy. And the other reason I don't work with the ancestors is because every witch and their mother's dog on YouTube works with the ancestors, and I'm like, I'm gonna be different. When you go into like Wicca for the first time, like you get introduced to the god and the goddess, and you're even told in a lot of these Wiccan books how to reach out and how to build that connection with spirits. And it's very important as well that you aren't just running to a spirit, whatever the spirit may be, and being like, I want this, give me 20 bucks, give me rent money, I need this, here, have this incense, have this whatever. It doesn't work that way, because that's like, imagine going up to a person on the street and being like, yo, I want 100 bucks. Who the fuck are you? Like, it don't work that way. Like, you don't even walk into a bank and be like, yo, bitch, I want $100. Like, okay, well, first of all, they want to take your card and put it in the machine. We're talking loan here, though. Loan. And with your bank, you might have, like, some sort of relationship in the form of having an account open, but let's say you walk into a bank where you have, like, they don't even know you. You have no account open with them. They've never met you before. You've never dealt with them before, and you're like, yo, bitch, I want a mortgage. Like, it don't work that way. You need to build a relationship with that bank. They need to know that they can trust you. You need to do shit for them. Like, open an account and, like, have a credit card. And I don't know what the process of getting a mortgage is, but you get my point. You build a relationship with spirits, and you start by reaching out and trying to communicate with them. and then they will or they won't come to you. So this is the other thing, is I see a lot of people on the internet who are like, I want to work with the spirit, but the spirit won't like talk to me. How do I like reach out to it? You don't. I'm sorry, you don't. If the spirit isn't going to reach out to you, if the demon isn't going to reach out to you, if the saint isn't going to talk to you, you're wasting your time. You're literally wasting your time. They're not going to help you because they don't know you. Some of them might want to get to know you, but they're going to do it in their own time, you know? It's just the way it works. I used to be friends with a couple of witches on the internet, and when we started off our friendship, their spirits were in my house all the time because they wanted to know, okay, who are you? Like, who are you? And that's, like, sometimes spirits will enter your place and be like, who the fuck are you? Like, what do you want? Spirits are not toys, and if you don't have a spiritual connection, if you can't connect with any type of spirit, I don't think this is a craft for you. And your spirits will guide you, they will protect you, some of them will kick you in the teeth because you're being an idiot. Sometimes your saints will leave you because you're being an idiot and you're pissing off the internet. That's what I do on a daily basis, but spirits are like anything else, really. They have feelings, they have emotions, they have thoughts, they have ways of testing you, they have ways of communicating with you, they have ways of giving you what you want. I know I did say in a live chat that I did with Lunar Wisdom that spirits, or at least the saints, at least for me when working with them, they want to see what it is I'm doing to get what I want. So like, let's say for example I need some money. Let's say this person owes me money, right? So Bob owes me money. And I go to Patron St. Matthew and I say, Bob owes me money and I need money. He's gonna say, okay, well, what are you doing to get that money? Well, I just came to you, I just lit a candle. Like, it doesn't work that way. Did you send an email out to Bob? Did you call Bob? It's like, well, yeah, but he says it's gonna take about a week to get me the money and I need it now. Okay, that's when Patron St. Matthew will be like, okay, let me do some work here. And I've had that case happen before. In fact, this month when I was waiting to get paid, they were saying it was going to take 2 weeks, and I have car payments that come out on specific days, and it was going to come out after the car payments. And so I went to Matthew, and I was like, I need your help. And within 24 hours afterwards, there was money in my account. These are all just like my experiences and my opinions and stuff I've read and watched on YouTube, right? So like, those are just, you know, like I'm always watching, I'm always reading, I'm always learning new things. So I kind of take offense to people who are like, maybe you should get the basics down before you start messing around with these things. First of all, you never mess around with anything. I really hate when people say dabble in or mess around with or play with. You don't go to spirits. This is the other thing. I'll say this one last thing. You don't go to a spirit unless you know specifically what you want. Like, I don't get into a bed with a demon because I just want to, like, fuck around. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, I didn't go to Klepoth because I want to have weird choking a bitch out dreams. There's a specific reason that I went to him, which I'm not going to get into. But there's a specific reason that I went to him. And there's a specific reason that I go to Patron St. Matthew. And there's a specific reason that I go to Mary. And there's a specific reason that I go to St. George. Like, there are specific reasons that I call upon these saints. Or these spirits, or these demons, or whatever the case may be. I don't go to them willy-nilly. And that's the other thing, is you need to have a specific reason for contacting whatever it is you're contacting. So that's my video. I thought I would do a video on a Sunday, because it's Sunday Fun Day. I got nothing better to do with my life. Sunday Fun Day, Sunday Fun Day. Gotta take my car in tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's like boiling hot in here. I should have bought, instead of buying a 50-inch TV the other day, I should have bought a freaking air conditioner, but 50-inch TV at $350 or air conditioner at $649. But would drastically cool this place way off. Basically a refrigerator. I went with the TV because that seemed cheaper to me. Until next time, fabulous creatures, stay tuned, stick around, comment, like my videos. I'm fishing for likes now. Just because you don't see the likes doesn't mean that I don't. I went from like 23 to 25 likes to 6. The hell is wrong with you people? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers, and I don't know, we'll throw a pizza party. Or something. I don't know. I'll do a live Q&A or something. I don't know. I'll do something. Help me get to 1,000 and I'll do something. Let's stay at 1,000 for a week. I have this tendency to get like 50, 60 subscribers, and then I post a video and they're gone. What were you subscribed to? What was the purpose? And I'm really tired of getting these messages from people where they're like, oh my god, I really loved your video. And then it's like, they have an Instagram link, and they're like, check out my Instagram. And it's like, or they're like, check out my videos, and their videos have nothing to do with what your videos have to do with, and you're like, confused. So, end of video.